Welcome to another edition of the eSpot with Camille. The eSpot is your location for the latest in entertainment, beauty, and design from the people who make it. Thanks for joining.
Hi, we're here with the one and only from 90210 to SAG-AFTRA president, the one and only Gabrielle. I'm so excited to have you here because you're in a right to work state, and a lot of actors here are always told, don't go union, don't go union. So, what would be your, I guess, pitch for why they should?
So I would say people tell you not to go union because they don't want to go and have to pay you a fair wage, or they don't want to make sure that you can get residuals later, or they don't want to have to be responsible for your health care, and they don't want you to have a collective voice around you. But I have to say, I have been in the negotiations, and I know how hard it is on a good day for any of us who are actors. But I have to say that you have it the hardest, even though you don't know it, being in a non-union situation. Remember, it is not right to work, it is right to freeload. You want to be able to have protections and a voice and a community.
No, my husband's a Teamster with UPS, right? And like seeing how well they organized and got their contracts through with UPS, that like they all were ready to stand together. So I'm curious for you, with all that's happening right now, with the industry just kind of coming to a stand halt, what would you say is your prediction, or how people could get, I guess, stay relevant in the industry that seems to be slowing down to a halt?
I don't think that it's slowing down. I think it's transforming. And so I would say people should be self developing and producing. And I think there's going to be more results, really great things coming in the next couple of years. The thing is that the studios are becoming dinosaurs and everybody's trying to do it the traditional way. I don't believe in the traditional way, but no matter how you do it union.
So you've played some iconic roles. How do you think? What do you think it has the most impact on people? Obviously, for me, it's 90210 because I that was my Wednesday night ritual. Was watching you guys every single week. But for you, what did people mostly recognize you for?
Well, mostly it would be 90210. I'm very lucky for that. And then people who recognize me because I was the president or I've done other projects. So it really depends. But I've been around for a long time now. So now, but yeah, I'm so grateful that you love 90210.
Oh, for sure. It was every Wednesday, without a doubt, because I'm an only child, and so like you guys became like my friends. I was watching you guys go through things before I would have to, or I could play out how you guys would handle things and be like, oh, that's how I'm going to handle things, or not handle things, different things of that nature. Because you guys covered like really hot topics back then, from abortion to interracial dating, like all the things that seemed taboo like now would be considered woke, I guess. But you guys handled it like way back in the 90s, which is crazy to think, right? But I'm curious for you, moving forward, what would, even as on an industry level, are the changes going to be? Because you're saying they're reinventing, they're changing it up. How's that prediction for you?
Well, you talked about earlier, AI is going to be a major shifter. It is already, particularly for voice. That's where we're going to see it first. I think that that's also why you want to be a part of a union, because we actually create contracts that don't necessarily support the same things you're seeing out there being played. In our contracts, it's mandatory for you to have consent. And consent is what you want because they're going to make libraries of our images and our voices. And ultimately, you remember Star Wars with Carrie Fisher. The thing is, they have to now negotiate with the estates. She was dead already, and they did it because she was so famous, and they knew that there would be an issue if they didn't. But they're not obligated to, and so with a union contract, they have to do that, and that's going to be very important.
Well, I even think about some of these like voices when like Morgan Freeman, or right now even with what's going on with Bruce Willis, like they had such iconic roles that they have so much image of them and that they could just keep them kind of alive forever, which is kind of creepy because they did that even with Whitney Houston, like having her on tour as a hologram or whatever. And I'm like, that's Gem in the holograms, but you know what I mean? Yeah.
It's not allowed, and it's something that we have to fight for. We have to do it legislatively. I work with the AFL-CIO in Washington. I work on legislation, but I'll say that all of us, anybody who's listening or watching, we have a voice, and we have to use it and protect all people, like not just artists, but teachers and lawyers and nurses. We all have a right to our image and our voice and our work, and we should all be compensated fairly, and we should all have the right to choose. In our life, we should have the right to choose. That's it.
For sure. I was just even thinking, like, with my podcast, I had somebody reach out to me like, "Hey, I'll pay you $50 an hour for your podcast to train our AI," and I was like, "No way." Yeah. First of all the celebrities on there, they're gonna sue me. Like, no thanks. Yeah, but I really appreciate you taking the time to speak with me today, and it was so great having you on my show. Like, I'm like, I'm trying not to cry. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Hi, we're here today with Ian Ziering. My 90210 heart is like jumping out of my chest because I can't even believe I'm here. I thought I would only see you at the Peach Pit, but here we are. And I have to tell you, I've grown up watching you, and it was a Wednesday night ritual. And then my daughter getting into Sharknado. Like, what do you think is going to be next for you? Because every generation, you seem to keep making a comeback.
I did this series called Malibu Rescue, and it was on Netflix. And I did 5 or 6 episodes, but the little kids eat it up, and they recognize me from that. So between you, the little kids from Malibu Rescue, and then the grandmas from Dancing with the Stars, trying to cover all the demographics that I can.
So when you're like making reservations or different things, which voice do you use to try to make sure you get to the front of the line?
I don't try to get to the front of the line.
Oh no.
I'll
Okay.
wait in line just like everybody else. That's fine for me.
Oh well. Of course. Now you're making me nervous. Okay, I didn't expect for you to be so cool. So when you get the call about Sharknado or your agent pitches you Sharknado, how did that conversation go where you're like, you want me to be in a movie with a tornado and sharks?
Yeah, I kind of turned it down. And then my wife, my pregnant wife at the time, said, "No, you need to go to work." And she was right. So I kind of realized in that moment, wow, this is what it's all about, being a husband and a provider. And sometimes you have to do things that you don't like, but if it's for the good of the family, then you do whatever it takes to succeed. And that's what that was all about.
Well, yeah, I have to say, you have to enjoy how it came out because everybody. I mean, it's a cult
And that first movie, I wasn't sure how it was going to come out, but it came out okay, good enough, I suppose. It was wildly received. People loved Sharknado. It ended up being 6 movies.
We're hoping for a seventh. Do you think you'll do another one? Is there any talk about it?
The ratings were starting to dwindle. I mean, we've been to space, we've traveled time, we've demolished Europe and the United States. I mean, what else is there really? I mean,
Fair.
covered
Fair.
everything.
Fair. So, what is on the plans for you next? What are you looking forward to doing, or what's your dream role that you haven't done yet?
Probably a sitcom. A sitcom. I'd like that. They're not really doing sitcoms anymore, but I've been working with a skincare company for the last 15 years. It's a publicly traded company that operates on a genetic level, and they've got amazing skincare. And I've started to, as a side hustle, do this direct sales, and it's exploded. People, they look at me and like, "Oh my God, how old are you?" And I tell them how old I am, and they don't believe it. And I was like, "Well, I'm a product of the product." And
Drop the names. Don't gatekeep. I'm 49. Share everything. I told you I grew up watching 90210,
you
and I was an esthetician.
you
so
can
I'm
go
really curious.
to Glow by Ian, GLOWBYIAN.com, and you could see some of my favorite picks, stuff that I use. And if you had any questions, you could contact me through there as well. But the stuff is amazing. I mean, you're lovely. You've got beautiful skin. I see your daughter over there. She's cute too. You guys are aging very gracefully, and that's what it's all about.
Thank you so much for speaking with me today. I'm so nervous. I've never been so nervous.
Look at you.
Well, Gina Davis was here too, so I was like, oh. Well, nobody. I played soccer. I grew up overseas, so nobody wants me playing American baseball. I'm not any good at it. I have no eye-hand coordination, but I can kick a ball and block a ball because I was goalie in soccer. But yeah, yeah. But anyway, it was so nice meeting. Holland and Germany and Turkey. Military brat.
Oh, military brat. Right on.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, what a upbringing and childhood you must have had. That must have been incredible.
It was, well, my mom remarried to a movie producer, so I went to 26 different schools. So I literally grew up thinking you guys were like my friends because TV became my friend. And so it was just like and all the different topics you guys covered, and just it was like before I had to go through it, I saw you guys go through it
Yeah.
to avoid going through some of it.
The show was very issue oriented.
Yeah.
Very targeted towards young adults, not just in this country, but all over the world. And the show was popular in like 150 countries around the world. We ran for 10 years, and I don't know, I'm very proud of the project
you
that
should be.
touched so many people in a positive way. So I feel pretty blessed for that.
Yeah. Well, thank you again. I
Oh, thank
really
you again.
appreciate it. Sorry, I'm so
Hey,
nervous.
thanks so
Thank
much.
you.
Really nice
It
to
was
meet you.
really nice meeting you.
Be back in a minute.